Star Trek: Deep Space Nine represents some of the most daring and nuanced storytelling in the entire franchise. From its debut in 1993 to the finale in 1999, DS9 showed a side of the Star Trek universe fans hadn't seen. Darker and more mature than anything Trek-related had been before, and, in many ways, has been since. Deep Space Nine at its peak arguably represents the best of Star Trek. Among the 176 episodes of Deep Space Nine are dozens that stand out as some of the strongest in Star Trek history. However, only a select few have transcended the natural affection that comes with the franchise to be regarded as masterpieces of small-screen entertainment. These episodes resonate far beyond their sci-fi setting, cementing themselves as unforgettable pieces of television. These Deep Space Nine episodes don't simply represent great Star Trek installments, they are flawless sci-fi storytelling. Each proves why DS9 is celebrated as one of the high points of the franchise, while also pushing the boundaries of emotional complexity in the genre. More than just brilliant space adventures, these episodes are deeply human stories that stand among the very best television has to offer. Duet, Season 1, Episode 19. A gripping exploration of guilt, responsibility, and moral ambiguity. Duet marked a turning point for Star Trek: Deep Space Nine, showing just how bold the series could be even as early as DS9 Season 1. The episode focuses on Major Kira Nerys, Nana Visitor, as she confronts a Cardassian prisoner named Amin Maritza Harris Yulin, suspected of being a war criminal responsible for atrocities during the Bajoran occupation. The tension between Kira and Maritza fuels the drama, with Visitor and Yulin delivering some of the finest performances in Trek history. What begins as an interrogation quickly evolves into a devastating exploration of guilt, identity, and the nature of justice. The script dares to tackle genocide and war crimes in a way few TV dramas, let alone sci-fi shows, had ever attempted. By the end, Duet proves itself as a standout, not just for its unflinching subject matter, but for how human it makes the struggle. It's a masterclass in character-driven storytelling that cemented DS9 as a series unafraid to challenge its audience. It's Only a Paper Moon, Season 7, Episode 10. A sensitive and groundbreaking portrayal of trauma and recovery. Nog in the Deep Space Nine episode It's Only a Paper Moon. Few Star Trek episodes are as emotionally raw as It's Only a Paper Moon. The story follows Nog, Aaron Eisenberg, after he loses his leg in battle, retreating into a holosuite program where he spends time with Vic Fontaine, James Darren. What unfolds is one of Trek's most profound explorations of post-traumatic stress disorder. Instead of sweeping Nog's pain under the rug, the episode dives deep into the reality of living with trauma. Aaron Eisenberg gives an unforgettable performance, grounding the sci-fi setting with an authenticity that resonates even decades later. The chemistry between Eisenberg and Darren turns what could have been a gimmick into one of the most heartfelt partnerships in the series. It's Only a Paper Moon is remarkable because it treats mental health with a respect rarely seen on television at the time. It's not just a DS9 classic, it's a deeply human story that proves why Star Trek can be so much more than space battles and alien politics. In the Pale Moonlight, Season 6, Episode 19. A chilling meditation on morality and compromise in wartime. Sisko raising a glass in the DS9 episode In the Pale Moonlight. Captain Benjamin Sisko is pushed to his limits in the Pale Moonlight, one of the darkest and most morally complex episodes in Star Trek: Deep Space Nine. Facing mounting losses in the Dominion War, Sisko orchestrates a plan with Garak, Andrew Robinson, to manipulate the Romulans into joining the Federation's side. The episode unfolds as a personal log, with Sisko narrating his gradual descent into moral compromise. Brooks' intense performance carries the weight of every decision, showing a Starfleet officer willing to break his own principles for the greater good. The layers of deceit and desperation make for one of Trek's most unsettling yet compelling hours. In the Pale Moonlight endures because it strips away the idealism often associated with Star Trek and asks difficult questions about morality in war. It's a bold and unforgettable story that showcases DS9 at its most daring, cementing its place among the franchise's masterpieces. Far Beyond the Stars, Season 6, Episode 13. A powerful allegory that confronts racism through a unique lens. Sisko Benny Russell looking agitated in the DS9 episode Far Beyond the Stars. Far Beyond the Stars transports audiences not to a strange new world, but to 1950s America, where Captain Sisko envisions himself as Benny Russell, a black science fiction writer facing systemic racism. The Deep Space Nine episode strips away the trappings of space opera to confront prejudice head-on. The power of the episode lies in its simplicity. By framing racism through the struggles of Benny, the story bridges the fantastical with the painfully real. Brooks gives one of the most stunning performances of his career, bringing raw emotion to Russell's despair while highlighting the ongoing relevance of the story's themes. What makes Far Beyond the Stars a masterpiece, both among DS9 episodes and in the general sense, is its fearless willingness to break format and confront societal injustice. It's a deeply moving allegory that resonates as strongly today as it did when it first aired, reminding viewers that the best sci-fi often reflects our own world back at us. The Visitor, Season 4, Episode 2. A devastatingly human story of grief, loss, and love across time. Sisko meeting the adult Jake in the Star Trek episode The Visitor. The Visitor is often hailed as not only the best episode of Star Trek, Deep Space Nine but one of the greatest in all of Star Trek. The story follows an older Jake Sisko, Tony Todd, recounting how his father Benjamin Sisko was lost in a temporal accident, leaving Jake consumed by grief and regret for decades.